Hi, my name is Kelsey Lewis, and I chose to do my presentation on the importance of historic preservation. Many people during our day and time preach that it's important to live in the present and that the past is in the past. Should we really ever forget the past, though? What about all the stories of happiness and tragedy? What about all the beautiful artifacts that were left behind and molded even more beautiful by the hand of time? Historic preservation is around to preserve these artifacts and the tales of time long left behind. What is historic preservation, though? According to the National Trust for Historic Preservation is often defined as a process of identifying, protecting, and enhancing buildings, places, and objects of historical and cultural significance. The process of preservation is an extensive one, including many phases, such as survey and evaluation of historical, architectural, and cultural resources in the area, legal resources to protect these resources, the identification of funding from public and private sources, and of course the restoration and design itself. There's also planning for ongoing maintenance of the project. We all know what history is, but some people don't realize the importance of it. In Catesby Lee's article, he offers the comment by the Historic Preservation Commission in Montgomery County, Maryland. The article states, "At its most basic level, historic preservation reminds us of the way our lives have changed over the years. Many people don't realize that buildings are preserved but never really see and think of other things. For example, the Declaration of Independence is still around thanks to the art of historic preservation." Preservation has been around for quite some time. In 1350, authorities of central Italy declared that no one should change the home of poet Petrarch. Preserving places and artifacts mean that people of all ages may go and learn about the preserved piece and what happened during its time period. However, the growth of the world's population is threatening the mystique and historical value of many small American towns. Many rural towns use the historic beauty to bring business and money to support their town. For many places, their best bet is to be put on the National Register of Historic Places. To do this is a 4-page form that must be filled out, including anything from the latitude and longitude of the place to the statement of significance. Being on the register list helps to draw tourists to the location. Many issues that preservationists run into involves funding, whether it's going to come from federal funding or perhaps another source. Many places will open their doors to the public and charge a few dollars for tours to admit and to admire the beauty and learn the importance behind it. This income helps to fund the upkeep of the historical site and at the same time lets the public enjoy the historical beauty and learn about the past. Having a knowledge of history is important to any person no matter what age. What else would we still have taught to our children? Many people find history to be boring. Taking people to a historically preserved site is a way of teaching them history without really forcing it on them, and they're learning without them ever really realizing and enjoying themselves. When a preservationist is preserving a building, they're not only preserving historical beauty and the artifacts of a place, but they're also helping to safeguard the future. How are they doing this, though? By preserving debris is kept out of our landfills. Many people don't realize how long it takes for items to decompose over time. A statement made by the National Trust for Historic Preservation said, "We know that reusing existing buildings not only retains community character, but also represents some of the greenest, most sustainable development happening today. By keeping demolition waste out of landfills and conserving the energy it takes to construct a new building, preservation is the ultimate form of recycling." The evolution of the world and its people is something that should never be forgotten. From wars fought to declarations being signed to the first houses being built by the pioneers, each event has equally molded us into the nation we are today. With the art of historic preservation, the world protects not only its history, but its future as well. As Stephanie Meeks states in her article for the National Trust of Historic Preservation, "It matters how we build our communities and how we preserve them. Being thoughtful stewards of these places is hard work, but it's time worth doing. We are not just hanging on to yesterday, we are building a tomorrow." Let us each be thoughtful stewards who hang on to yesterday and who work towards building a better tomorrow. Thank you.